Okay, when a lawyer defies a court order, they face escalating judicial, professional, and personal consequences, most notably being held in contempt of court. Judges have broad authority to enforce their orders and may impose immediate penalties to ensure compliance. Contempt of court, this is a primary mechanism for punishment. It can be civil to coerce compliance, such as daily fines, or criminal to punish the act of defiance. Fines in jail. Lawyers can be fined, often ranging from $100 to $1,000, or ordered to immediate custody for short-term imprisonment, typically overnight or until the order is obeyed. Litigation and penalties. The judge may impose evidentiary sanctions, such as barring the lawyer from presenting certain evidence or witnesses, or even issuing a default judgment against the client in extreme cases. Disqualifications. The court may remove the attorney from the case entirely if the defiance is deemed to be clear violation of professional conduct rules. Professional conduct and career impacts. Beyond courtroom, a lawyer's defiance triggers review by regulatory bodies that can end their legal career. Disciplinary action. Courts can often refer defiant attorneys to the state apart. Disciplinary actions. Courts often refer defiant attorneys to the State Bar Association or relevant disciplinary board. License suspension or disbarment. For serious or repeated defiance, the attorney can lose their license to practice law permanently. Personal liability. Attorney may be held personally liable for damages caused by the non-compliance, including the opposing party's legal fees. Criminal charges. In some instances, helping a client defy an order can lead to charges such as criminal conspiracy or being named as an accessory to the crime. That's called a conspiracy against rights under the color of law. Okay. Defiance by a lawyer can severely damage the client's position. Financial burden. Clients can be ordered to pay for the delays or additional hearings caused by their lawyer's actions. Loss of counsel. If the lawyer is jailed or disqualified, the client may be left without representation during the critical trial phases. Prejudice. While the client may not be found guilty solely due to the lawyer's contempt, the resulting evidentiary or procedural sanctions can make a successful defense nearly impossible. What happens when an attorney advises the client to disobey a court order? Okay, so let's go to the next one. When a lawyer defies a court order, that's what happened to me in my eviction case. The judge told me to remove the eviction so I could move. I was being evicted because I was moving. That was before I moved here. The landlord wanted me to do some more remodeling and didn't pay me for the remodeling I did for the supplies or the work, and wanted me to do some more so they could do a quick sell, get rid of the house right away, but wanted more money. But either way, I was taken to eviction court, and the judge told me to remove the eviction because it was legal harassment, which is illegal. The judge didn't cite him for that. But the judge gave me 90 days, told him to remove the eviction so I could move. And we left court, and I tried to move, but the lawyer didn't remove the eviction, and I wound up having to pay the minimum of 4 months security deposit. And when I tried to bring it up with the judge didn't want to hear about it. But either way, when a lawyer defies a court order, you should contact the issuing court to enforce the order and the state's disciplinary commission to report professional misconduct. To address the defiance directly with your case, you must typically return to the court that issued the order. File a petition for contempt. This formally notifies the judge that the order was disregarded. If the violation is found to be willful, the court can impose penalties for such fines or, in extreme cases, jail time. File a motion to enforce. You can ask the court to review the violation, enforce compliance through specific motions for enforcement. Seek sanctions. Federal and state judges have the authority to order sanctions, including fines against attorneys who fail to comply with court directive. Reporting misconduct. Because defying a court order often violates ethical rules, you should also report the attorney to the appropriate regulatory body. Okay. Judicial Inquiry Board in Illinois. In different states, they're called different things. Same thing for attorneys. Illinois, it's called the Illinois Attorney Registration Disciplinary Commission. If the issue involves judicial misconduct rather than a private attorney, contact this board. They investigate complaints against the state court judges. Okay, additional resources. If the defiance involves criminal behavior, you may also report the matter to law enforcement or the state's attorney's office, as disciplinary commission cannot bring criminal charges. Contempt. How to enforce a court order. Illinois Court Help. File complaint. ARDC. I'm in Illinois, so it's showing the ARDC. Illinois Attorney Registration and Disciplinary Commission. What to do when a lawyer fails to file and has stopped responding. They can't just stop responding. Go to the rules of professional conduct and the code of judicial conduct. That'll be a whole lot of help for you. Okay? Because that's what you're reporting. They're not obeying the rules of professional conduct, and if the judges are hitting them with contempt of court, the judge is violating the code of judicial conduct. It's mandatory to report misconduct in both the rules of professional conduct and the code of judicial conduct. So failure to report that misconduct is misconduct, thus creating conspiracy against rights under the color of law. When a lawyer and the judges defy the rules and the codes, that's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy to deprive your rights to due process, a fair trial, effective assistance of counsel. Okay, I was talking to this woman. She's getting evicted from her premises, nice big house. She was trying to get a divorce. Her husband won't divorce her. The judge won't grant the divorce. He's concealing assets, taking what belongs to her, her personal assets, things she had before there was a marriage. And the judge put in some court orders for him to pay HOA expenses, the living expenses, the house, whatever. So he didn't pay nothing. And the HOA got an eviction notice, and they're kicking her out for not paying the mortgage or HOA fees. And but because she's going through a lot of difficulties because of what he didn't do. He failed to comply with these court orders. That's contempt of court. And his lawyer knows that's contempt of court. So his lawyer should be advising him, you're breaking the law. So she can have plenty of questions, not just for him with the court, but when she questions the court about his contempt of court, failing to abide by the law, she can also question him or his lawyer about advising his client not to break the law and the damages it's causing her. I hope she listens to this video. I talked to her only a couple of times, and if you've seen my videos, I talk a lot because there's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be said. All right, people, I just wanted to let you know what's going on. Because lawyers will often do it, fail to abide by a court order. You know, the judge ordered that lawyer to remove that eviction so I could move, and he didn't do it, which cost me dearly financially. And now, where I live now, they've been arguing with me about the security deposit, refusing to acknowledge it, you know, wanting me to leave here without it. That's 4 months security deposit. No way, Jose. And then about the damages to the building, you know, multiple leaks, so on and so forth, all legally mandatory. So I tried to talk to these people, lawyer, and he just laughed at me. But either way, with the lawyer, he's filing frivolous litigation, which is a violation of the rules of professional conduct. See, but he's taking advantage of my ignorance of the law. And in court, the judge will say, well, your ignorance of the law has no standing here. But I'm not ignorant of the law, which I'm going to use the law against him. I'm going to take the rules of professional conduct and the code of judicial conduct with me when I walk into court and make sure everybody plays by the book. And thus I'll be bringing up what happened before. That's why I have this 4-month security deposit, and that lawyer didn't remove it. So the judge is legally obligated to cite that attorney, you know, for contempt of court. And, you know, it's gonna have to make them so I can recoup for the damage that I've been, you know, that it cost me and the conditions I had to live with. The only reason I took it because I had to move right away, as quick as possible. And I was scheduled to have my knees operated on. So I needed to get somewhere quick, fast, and hurt. The pain I was going through, both knees, torn meniscus, very painful. And then after that, both my wrists, carpal tunnel. Or I had both shoulders, torn rotator, and both wrists, carpal tunnels. Still waiting to get my ankles fixed. But either way, like I said, if a lawyer fails to abide by court order, this is where you go. File a petition for contempt, file a motion to enforce, seek sanctions. Okay. Nothing but peace and love, people. May your Creator always be with you and rain many blessings. I wish you a long life and good health. Good night, everyone.